Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We have an Ibanez Road Star II on the bench today. The customer's been rebuilding this himself. He got to putting the wiring together and that's where it kind of fell apart. I admire him for trying, but yeah, we're going to have to kind of get him out of the soup a little bit. And there were other problems with the guitar. Let's get to work. Let's see what we got. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. So, really interesting guitar. He painted it himself. He had everything apart. Now, he knows a little bit about a little bit, and I admire him for that, for trying. But there are a couple of issues. Original pickups, as far as he knows. I have already taken the electronics out because, well, damn, they were a mess. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what condition or what the setup is on the guitar, and really, at this juncture, we can't be sidetracked by that. Our mission is to get into here, and it was not done right. My advice is, when you're doing soldering, and if you don't do it every day and you're just learning, yeah, check out some tutorials on basic soldering techniques, because it's not as easy as it looks. I'm not breaking balls here, but it's not as easy as it looks. It takes a long time to get to where you can do it right. So a couple of things that I'm going to repair on the guitar as well. All the neck bolts are stripped out, the heads are stripped out, so I'm going to source out the right size bolts for that. All of these holes were stripped out. I've already glued in a little bit of dowel. I'm going to, for the cover. He didn't give me the cover for this. Eventually we're going to set it up as a floating trim. Basic stuff as far as that's concerned. The main part of this video and the subsequent video is going to be what we have to do here. So it has 3 pickups. It has a 3-position selector switch that goes in that cavity: volume, main volume, middle volume, and master tone. That's the way this guitar is set up. These guitars were actually pretty hot back in the day, and they're still pretty hot. These are excellent pickups. They should work beautifully, but we're going to have to get in there and do that correctly. So where we're at today is, and plus there's other problems. There's a saddle that's all cattywampus this way. The low E string is trying to pop off because that saddle, if you can see it, is tilted right. There are we, right there, is tilted out that way. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of work to do on this guitar. It's not going to be an easy peasy, quick and sleazy kind of job. But I'm going to get him where he needs to be, where he can take over from there. So I'm going to de-string it. We're going to pause quickly. I'm going to de-string it because right now what we have to do is track these wires. These are the pickup wires, the 3 pickup wires that come out. And I have to know where they're coming from: bridge, neck, middle, and bridge, so that I can label them to get ready to start soldering it back together. Yeah, follow? So let's de-string it. I will be right back. Okay, so I found out why that saddle was cocked out this way. It's the route for the string to come through the back, through the trem block. The route goes all the way up to there, and if you push the saddle all the way over, the saddle screw can actually get caught in that route, and that's why that saddle was cockeyed. It has to kind of straddle that route where the strings pop through from the back. All right, well, thank God for small favors. So what I'm going to do is pull these pickups out And all I want to do is pick them out and label them here so that I know which ones I'm dealing with before I proceed with trying to figure out how to wire this thing. Two volumes and one tone with 3 pickups. You know, these things are going to give me a problem too. They always do. Yeah. The springs look kind of wonky, but they're working. So this is a red and white. Let me put my googly eyes on. The solder job was so bad on this thing, I couldn't even tell. This looks like it's got a white, a red, and a ground. A red, a white, and a ground. Let's see what that transposes to on the other side. A red, a white, and a ground. Sometimes this is what you have to go through to figure out. These look like they're sometimes all you got to do is tug on it slightly. And it'll tell you which one it is, which is this guy. Wow, they're in that hole really tight, so tugging on them is not a good idea. That is our neck pickup right there. The shortest lead is the neck pickup. Yeah. I'm going to screw this right back in just so it's not flopping around. Yeah. And I do not have a wiring diagram for this. We were flying by the seat of our pants. He did supply I shouldn't say I don't have one. He did supply a wiring diagram, but it's suspect. I'm not 100% sure that that's what we're going to use. Get down in there and be cooperative. Yep. Right now, all we're trying to do is identify which wires come from which pickup. It's pretty important. You can't just start willy-nilly soldering stuff together. So we know that the shortest one, there's 2 long leads and 1 short one. I know the short one is the neck, but I'm still going to put a small piece of blue tape on that, just so I know. That's the neck. Right. By the way, I found all kinds of black electrical tape. I found burned wires, solder joints that were not holding or connecting. Yeah, soldering is really quite an art form. Those of you who have tried it, are good at it, or intermediate or beginner, it is not something that you can just jump into and start using automotive wire on. You got to use the right stuff. All right, middle pickup. I hope this is helpful because this is just going to be a preliminary video. We're not really going to get into putting this thing together. But again, I do these videos to help people learn how to do this, so that if I can, I'll pass along whatever knowledge I have gained, but also so that the owner of this guitar eventually was going to look at this video and see everything that was done for his guitar. So now becomes the tricky part. We got one short and two long leads. I'm going to try to pull one. Oh, that one's cooperating right away. So I know that one is the middle. I know that one is the middle. Yeah. Big piece of blue tape. And I'm going to put an M on that one. Just hope my pickup stays where it is. M. Neck. M. So we know that one is going to be the bridge. Yup. So much for today's scientific, forensic lesson. How else would you find out what they are? Well, I don't know. I guess probably some smart ass out there has got a different way of doing that, but I'd like to know what it is. Oh, that lead is supposed to have so much ohms resistance, so you know that'll be your middle. Yeah, I'd rather go right to the horse's mouth. Now I know which is which is which. Which is which is which. Neck, middle, and bridge. So, knowing all that, don't really need the big pieces of tape, but at least I know this short lead, I believe, is mostly going to go to a three-way switch that goes in that part of the cavity and jumps over to the main volume, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. We've got a ground wire here that to me is suspect. It's just a bare, looks like a paper clip wire that goes to the trem claw and comes through, which is pretty standard Fender style grounding issue thing. Yeah, not buying it. I'm gonna run a better wire through there. I saw red there. I'm gonna pause quickly because I do want to get the. Do I have to? Nope, it's right here. Sorry. There was a wiring diagram that the customer said he was certain was for this. And I'm not 100% agreeing with it. We've got 3 leads coming off of 2 pickups and only 2 leads coming off of a 3rd pickup. So I'm not 100% sure that diagram is going to work. Where is my X-Acto knife? I cut everything off clean because the garbage that was at the end of these leads was horrendous. Unusable, had to remove it. What I'm going to do is split open each one and see if I can't figure out what in the wide world of sports is going on down in there. And it'd be nice if I don't cut my finger open while I'm doing it. I'm going to check the bridge first because according to this, the bridge is just a white and a black. White and black. Which would be white and just bare ground. Yeah, okay, I can live with that. I understand that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's do the other long lead. What is this? The middle lead. He said the short lead is the neck. And you know what? I'm going to write that. I'm going to write that right on my paper. Pickup. Yeah, sometimes you gotta make notes. So if this is the bridge, took my tape off, so now I have to label the other one. Bridge. This is our middle. So tedious, but don't get in a rush. Take your time and do this, and that's what the whole idea of this part of the video is. To do your research first and track everything so that you know what you're dealing with before you start. Yeah, we have a bear, a white, and a red. A bear, a white, and a red. The bear is obviously going to be grounded to the back of a pot somewhere. And according to this diagram, this schematic, we are on that's the bridge, we're on the middle red. Yeah, it only shows 2 leads, of course. That's no help. One goes to a volume pot, the middle volume pot, and the white goes to ground. So the red goes to the middle volume pot, white goes to ground, and it says reverse polarity. Now, that could get tricky, and then, of course, ground is ground, so white and ground are going to get soldered together, and the red is going to go to center volume pot. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know why that one would be reverse polarity, but I'll roll with it. So we've made quite a bit of progress. The bridge pickup is the easy one. That's just white to the switch. Master volume center switch. Bridge pickup to bottom switch. And yeah, white. Golden. We're golden. So a little bit of forensic work. That's what it takes sometimes just to find out what these wires are doing and what they mean before you can proceed. Now, I know you'd all like to see me screw the pots in, start soldering, but time is not going to allow for that. So we started with a bare open cavity, and we searched where the wires come from, so we labeled them. And we now know, referring to, well, we're going to run with that schematic unless I come up with a better version, which I'm going to do that research off camera, of course. And the next time we get together, we're going to start putting this together and solder it up and make it play again. Blackjack with 396 guitars. We'll talk soon.